The black ships came on a Tuesday. They appeared without warning, 12 massive vessels that blocked out the sun in major cities across Earth. Scientists rushed to their instruments. Military leaders gathered in emergency meetings. And ordinary people looked up at the sky with fear. Commander Olivia Reeves was eating breakfast when the call came. Her small apartment in the military housing complex suddenly felt very far from the safety of her childhood home in rural Minnesota. She answered, on the second ring. "Commander Reeves, report to Central Command immediately," said the voice of General Ellis. No explanation, no pleasantries. Just urgency. Olivia grabbed her uniform jacket and ran. Outside, people pointed at the sky where one of the alien ships hovered over the city. It was shaped like a giant arrowhead, its surface as black as space itself. It seemed to swallow the light around it. At Central Command, chaos reigned. Officers rushed between stations. Screens showed the alien ships positioned over major cities worldwide: Beijing, London, Cairo, New York, and right above them. "Reeves, good. You're here," said General Ellis. Her face was grim. "We've received a transmission. They want to meet." "Who are they?" Olivia asked. "They call themselves the Zoltarian Empire. Intelligence suggests they've conquered 12 other star systems before reaching us, and now they want to talk." 3 hours later, Olivia stood in a hastily prepared conference room alongside Earth's top officials. The air felt heavy with tension. When the door opened, everyone held their breath. The aliens entered with fluid grace. They were tall, at least 7 feet, with slender bodies and skin that shimmered with a violet hue. Their eyes were large, shifting between silver and gold colors as they moved. But it was the one in the center who commanded attention. Princess Zaravex of the Zoltarian Empire wore what looked like living metal that flowed around her body. A crown of writhing tendrils sat upon her head, moving as if they had a mind of their own. When she spoke, her voice was beautiful, yet chilling. "Earth representatives," she said, her perfect English surprising everyone. "I am Princess Zaravex, heir to the eternal throne of Zaltara. We have studied your world for some time." The human delegation introduced themselves one by one. When it was Olivia's turn, she noticed the princess's eyes lingering on her military uniform. "You are warriors?" the princess asked. "Defenders," Olivia corrected. "We prefer peace." The princess made a sound like bells tinkling. It took a moment for the humans to realize she was laughing. "How charming," she said. "Your species is young, barely out of your planetary cradle. Yet you speak as if you have choices." The Earth Secretary General stepped forward. "We offer friendship and peaceful exchange of knowledge, Princess Zaravex." The alien princess circled the room, her movements liquid and predatory. "Peace is a luxury of the strong offered as mercy to the weak. Your planet has resources we require. Your people will serve the Empire. And if we refuse?" Olivia found herself speaking before she could stop. The princess turned to her, eyes flashing to a dangerous crimson. "Then you will be eradicated. It is simple." After the meeting, Earth's leaders argued for hours. Some wanted immediate surrender to save lives. Others demanded resistance at any cost. Meanwhile, Olivia was summoned to a secret facility beneath the mountains. "Project Phantom," Dr. Natalie Walsh explained as she led Olivia through security checkpoints. "We've been developing it since we first detected the alien fleet 3 years ago." 3 years? The public only learned about them today, Olivia said. Dr. Walsh nodded. "A few of us knew they were coming. We've been preparing as best we could." They entered a vast chamber where technicians worked on suits of armor, unlike anything Olivia had seen before. Matte black with subtle blue power lines tracing their contours. "Phantom armor," Dr. Walsh said. "It can absorb and redirect energy from Zoltarian weapons, at least in theory." "In theory? We've never had the chance to test it against real Zoltarian technology. Until now." Over the next week, as diplomatic talks continued to fail, Olivia selected 20 soldiers for special training. The best of the best from every military branch worldwide. They trained day and night to master the phantom armor while Dr. Walsh explained its capabilities. The suits bond with the user, she said. They learn your movements, anticipate your needs. With time, they become like a second skin. The first attack came without warning. Shanghai disappeared in a flash of light. 15 million people gone in seconds. A demonstration, the princess called it. The world governments gave their answer by launching everything they had against the alien ships, missiles, fighter jets, orbital weapons. Nothing worked. The Zoltarian shields absorbed it all, except for a single team. Olivia led her Phantom Squad against a Zoltarian scout ship near the ruins of Shanghai. The aliens' energy weapons fired brilliant beams of purple, light that should have vaporized the humans. Instead, the phantom armor absorbed the energy, glowing blue where it was hit. The aliens hesitated, clearly confused. That moment was all Olivia needed. Now, she ordered, and her squad fired their own weapons. Conventional bullets enhanced with technology reversed engineered from fragments of alien materials found years before. For the first time, Zoltarian warriors fell. Not many, but enough to force a retreat. As the scout ship pulled away, Olivia saw a figure watching from a viewport. Even at a distance, she recognized the crown of writhing tendrils. Princess Zaravex had witnessed their small victory. The message came hours later. The princess demands the presence of your squad commander. Come alone, or we will target civilian centers. General Ellis wanted to refuse. It's a trap, she insisted. Of course it is, Olivia agreed. But it's also an opportunity. They're curious about our armor, that means they're worried. She prepared her shuttle, checking her weapons and armor systems one last time. You don't have to do this, Dr. Walsh said quietly. Olivia looked at the scientist. Yes, I do. They need to know that humans don't surrender easily. As she piloted her small craft toward the massive Zoltarian flagship, Olivia thought about the long journey that had brought her here. From farm girl to soldier to possibly Earth's last hope. The vast ship grew larger in her viewport, its surface rippling like liquid metal. Commander Reeves to Zoltarian vessel, she transmitted. I'm here, as requested, awaiting docking instructions. There was a pause before a melodic voice answered. The princess herself. Welcome, human. We are eager to meet the one who dares to challenge the Empire. The docking bay doors opened like the mouth of a great beast, ready to swallow her whole. Olivia took a deep breath and guided her shuttle inside. The alien ship was like nothing Olivia had ever seen. As her shuttle settled into the docking bay, she saw the walls pulsing with veins of blue light. The floor seemed to shift and adjust to the shuttle's weight. Everything felt alive. Olivia checked her phantom armor one last time. The matte black surface showed no damage from their earlier battle. The blue power lines glowed steadily. Whatever happened next, at least she wasn't walking in unarmed. The shuttle door opened with a soft hiss. Olivia stepped out, her helmet, scanning the environment automatically. The air was breathable but had a strange sweet smell. The gravity was slightly stronger than Earth's, making each step feel heavy. 6 alien guards waited for her. They were tall, with the same violet skin as the princess, but their faces were hidden behind masks that resembled insect heads. Their armor looked more like exoskeletons than manufactured suits. Follow, one said in heavily accented English. Olivia walked between them, keeping her movement steady and confident despite the unease growing in her stomach. The corridors twisted and turned in ways that made no sense, as if the ship was deliberately trying to confuse her. The walls continued to pulse with those strange blue veins. Is the whole ship alive? She asked. None of the guards answered, but Olivia noticed their hands tighten on their weapons, a sensitive topic perhaps. They passed chambers filled with strange equipment. In one room, Olivia glimpsed what looked like humans floating in tanks of glowing liquid. She stopped, trying to see better. Earth prisoners, a voice said from behind her. Olivia turned to see a female warrior taller than the others. Instead of a mask, she wore what appeared to be a living crown similar to the princess's, but smaller. The tendrils moved slowly as if tasting the air. Lieutenant Kira, the female warrior, introduced herself. The princess's first blade. "What are you doing to those people?" Olivia demanded. Kira's lips curved into what might have been a smile. "Learning. Your species is interesting. So fragile yet so determined to survive." "Let them go," Olivia said, her hand moving toward her weapon. The guards raised their weapons immediately. Kira seemed amused. "Humans," she hissed. "So fragile in your reliance on technology." "We adapt," Olivia replied evenly, forcing herself to remain calm. Getting angry wouldn't help the prisoners. "Yes," Kira agreed, studying her. "That's what makes you dangerous. Come, the princess is waiting." They continued through the ship. Olivia noted everything she saw, mapping the route in her mind. If she survived this meeting, Earth would want every detail about the alien vessel. The throne room. Doors were massive, at least 20 feet tall. They seemed to be made of the same living metal as the princess's clothing, shifting and flowing in patterns that hurt Olivia's eyes if she looked too long. The doors parted without a sound. Beyond them lay a vast chamber that seemed far too large to fit inside the ship. The ceiling soared hundreds of feet overhead with strange crystalline structures hanging down like frozen waterfalls. The floor was polished to a mirror shine, reflecting the stars visible through a massive viewport that made up the entire far wall. In the center of the room, raised on a dais, was a throne that appeared to be carved from a single massive crystal. It glowed with inner light, changing colors slowly from blue to purple to crimson. Princess Zaravex lounged on the throne, her posture both elegant and predatory. Her royal garments, that strange combination of flowing fabric and living metal, shimmered as she moved. 6 guards flanked her, their weapons trained on Olivia. "The human soldier arrives," Zaravex announced, her voice echoing in the vast space. "I expected someone more impressive." Olivia stood her ground, refusing to be intimidated. "I didn't come to impress you, princess. I came to talk." "Talk?" The princess laughed, the sound like crystal bells. "What could you possibly have to say that would interest me?" "You could have destroyed Earth already," Olivia said. "But you haven't. You're curious about us, about our technology." The princess's eyes narrowed, shifting from gold to a deep amber. "Curious, perhaps, as one might be curious about an insect that refuses to die when stepped on." She rose from her throne with liquid grace, descending the steps until she stood just feet from Olivia. Up close, the alien princess was even more unsettling. Her beauty was undeniable but completely inhuman. Her skin emitted a subtle glow that shifted with her emotions. The crown of tendrils moved constantly, reaching toward Olivia as if trying to touch her mind. "Your weapons couldn't harm our ships," the princess said. "Yet your small team damaged one of our scout vessels. How?" "Trade secret," Olivia replied. The princess circled her slowly. "Your armor. It absorbed our energy weapons." "Another trade. Secret." The princess stopped in front of her again. "You understand that I could have you killed with a single word?" "Yes," Olivia said. "But then you wouldn't learn our secrets." A smile spread across the princess's face. "I don't need you alive to study your armor, Commander Reeves." Olivia felt a chill at the use of her name. How much did they know about her? "True," she agreed. "But the armor won't work for you. It's bonded to me." This was a lie, but the princess didn't need to know that. The truth, that the phantom armor could be used by anyone with proper training, was far too dangerous to reveal. The princess's eyes flashed with interest. "Bonded? Explain." "It responds to my specific neural patterns," Olivia said, mixing truth with fiction. The armor did adapt to its user, but not to the degree she implied. "Fascinating," the princess murmured. "Your species is more advanced than we thought." She returned to her throne, studying Olivia with new intensity. "Tell me, Commander, do your people truly believe they can resist the Empire? We have conquered 12 star systems, races far older and more advanced than yours." "We don't plan to be number 13, Olivia said firmly. The princess laughed again. Brave words. But bravery is often just another word for foolishness. She gestured, and a holographic display appeared in the center of the room. It showed Earth, beautiful and blue. Then red dots appeared, marking the positions of the Zoltarian ships. "One command from me," the princess said, "and your world burns. Your cities turn to ash, your oceans boiled away. Is that what you want, brave human?" Olivia stared at the image of her home. "What do you want, princess? You could have destroyed us already, but you haven't." "Why?" For a moment, something like respect flickered in the princess's eyes. "Direct. I appreciate that." She waved a hand, and the hologram changed to show strange mineral formations. "Your planet has something we need. These crystals form only under specific conditions. Earth has the perfect environment for their growth." "Mining rights?" Olivia was surprised. "That's what this is about? The crystals are essential to our technology," the princess explained. "Our ships, our weapons, even our medical advances depend on them." "And you couldn't just ask? Set up a trade agreement?" The princess looked genuinely confused. "Trade? With a lesser species? That is not how the Empire works, Commander. We take what we need." "That approach won't work with humans," Olivia warned. "We'll fight to the last person." "So we've observed," the princess said dryly. "It's inefficient. We would prefer not to damage the planet's crust with our weapons. It might contaminate the crystal beds." "So what's your alternative?" The princess leaned forward. "A demonstration. Show us how your armor works. Prove that humanity has value beyond simple labor. Perhaps then we might consider a more collaborative approach." Olivia considered her options. This might be their only chance to avoid full-scale war, but revealing too much about the phantom technology could give the Zoltarians an advantage. "What kind of demonstration?" she asked cautiously. The princess's smile widened. "Combat. You and your armor against Lieutenant Kira." Olivia glanced at the tall warrior who had escorted her. Kira's eyes gleamed with anticipation. "To the death?" Olivia asked. "Of course not," the princess said, sounding almost offended. "We're not barbarians, Commander, just until one of you can no longer fight. And if I win, then we talk. As equals. And if I lose?" The princess shrugged elegantly. "Then we proceed as planned. Your people serve the Empire. But you at least will have tried." It was a trap. It had to be. But Olivia couldn't see any other option. She nodded slowly. "I accept." The princess clapped her hands and the throne room began to transform. The floor shifted, creating a circular arena. The guards moved back, forming a perimeter. "One condition," Olivia said. "If I win, you release the human prisoners I saw earlier." The princess considered this. "Agreed. They are merely study subjects. Easily replaced." Lieutenant Kira stepped forward, removing her outer robe to reveal armor similar to the guards but more elaborate. It looked like a combination of metal plates and living tissue with glowing veins running through it. "Your armor versus mine, human," Kira said, her voice eager. "Let us see which is superior." Olivia checked her systems one last time. Power. Levels optimal. Weapons ready. She moved to her position in the makeshift arena facing the alien warrior. "Begin," the princess commanded from her throne. Lieutenant Kira moved with blinding speed, closing the distance between them in a heartbeat. Olivia barely had time to raise her arms to block the first strike. Kira's fist slammed into Olivia's raised forearm with shocking force. The impact sent Olivia sliding backward, her boots squealing against the polished floor. Her armor absorbed the blow, blue energy rippling from the point of impact across her suit. The alien warrior didn't pause. She pressed forward, launching a series of strikes too fast for an ordinary human to track. But Olivia wasn't ordinary, and her armor enhanced her reflexes. She blocked most of the blows, absorbing their energy, letting it flow through the suit's systems. "Impressive," Kira said, circling Olivia. "Most species crumple after the first hit." "Humans are stubborn that way." Olivia replied, keeping her breathing steady. From her throne, Princess Zaravex watched with growing interest. The human was performing better than expected. The princess gestured to one of her advisors, who leaned down to hear her whispered command. Kira attacked again, this time drawing a short blade from her armor. The weapon glowed with the same energy as their ships. Olivia dodged the first swing, the blade missing her helmet by inches. The second came from below, aiming for her midsection. Olivia twisted, catching Kira's wrist with both hands. The alien was stronger, but Olivia had leverage. She redirected the momentum, sending Kira stumbling past her. Before the lieutenant could recover, Olivia landed a solid kick to her back. Kira rolled with the impact, coming up in a fighting stance. Her eyes had changed color, glowing a fierce red now. "You've had combat training," she said, sounding impressed despite herself. 10 years in special forces, Olivia confirmed, plus 3 more with this armor. "It won't be enough," Kira promised, and charged again. This time her attacks were more measured. She was testing Olivia, looking for weaknesses in her defense. Olivia gave ground strategically, letting the alien warrior think she was gaining the advantage. As they fought, Olivia noticed something strange. Every time her armor absorbed a direct hit, the blue energy lines glowed brighter. Dr. Walsh had explained that the suit could convert kinetic energy to power, but Olivia had never seen it work so efficiently. It was responding to the alien energy, adapting to it, learning. Kira landed a heavy blow to Olivia's chest, sending her staggering backward. Warning lights flashed in her helmet display. That had hurt, even through the armor. "Your technology is interesting," Kira said, "but ultimately inferior." Olivia straightened, rolling her shoulders. "Don't count humans out just yet." She tapped a control sequence on her wrist panel. The suit hummed as it reconfigured, channeling the absorbed energy to enhance her strength and speed. Time to stop playing defense. Olivia launched herself forward with a burst of speed that clearly surprised Kira. Her first punch connected solidly with the alien's jaw, snapping her head back. Her second struck Kira's midsection, denting the exoskeletal armor. Kira recovered quickly, blocking Olivia's next strike and countering with a sweep that nearly took Olivia's legs out from under her. The fight intensified, both warriors moving in a deadly dance across the arena floor. From her throne, Princess Zaravex leaned forward, her eyes shifting rapidly between colors as she tracked every movement. The living tendrils of her crown writhed. With excitement, "Enough testing," she called out. "Lieutenant, finish this demonstration." Kira nodded and stepped back. She pressed a control on her arm, and her armor began to glow more intensely. The exoskeleton seemed to thicken, adding mass and power. "Now you face the true might of a Zoltarian warrior," she said. Olivia braced herself as Kira charged, moving even faster than before. The enhanced alien armor gave Kira devastating power. Her first blow caught Olivia's shoulder, spinning her around. The second struck her squarely in the back, sending her sprawling across the floor. Warning lights flashed red across Olivia's display. System damage, power fluctuations. The armor was still absorbing energy, but too much at once. "Get up, human," Kira demanded. "Show us this famous human stubbornness." Olivia pushed herself to her knees, then to her feet. Her armor creaked, damage evident in the cracked plates across her back. But the blue energy lines still glowed, pulsing in time with her heartbeat. "Still standing," she said, her voice steady, despite the pain. "That's what humans do." Kira nodded, a gesture that might have been respect. Not for much longer. She raised her hand, and her blade transformed, extending into a spear of pure energy. "This will penetrate your armor. Surrender, now and the princess may show mercy." "I didn't come here to surrender," Olivia said. "I came to negotiate." "Then you will negotiate from your knees," Kira replied and thrust the spear forward. Olivia didn't try to dodge. Instead, she raised her hands, palms out. As the energy spear struck her armor, something unexpected happened. Instead of piercing through, the energy seemed to flow around her hands, absorbed by the suit in pulsing waves of blue light. The suit's power levels spiked dramatically. Warnings flashed across Olivia's display. Power overload imminent, system failure possible. But she held on, channeling the energy through the armor's pathways. Kira's eyes widened as her weapon's energy drained into the human's armor. She tried to pull back, but Olivia grabbed the spear shaft, holding it in place. "Impossible," Kira whispered. Olivia's armor was now glowing so brightly that it hurt to look at directly. The blue energy lines had expanded, covering the entire suit in a web of light. She could feel the power building, seeking release. With a thought command, Olivia redirected the energy. A pulse erupted from her armor, throwing Kira backward. The alien warrior crashed into the far wall, her own armor sparking with damage. The throne room fell silent. Princess Zaravex rose slowly from her seat, her eyes fixed on Olivia. "What are you?" she demanded. Olivia struggled to remain standing. The energy discharge had drained her suit systems. Warning lights still flashed across her display, but less urgently now. "Just a human," she said. "Doing what humans do best. Adapting." The princess descended from her dais, approaching Olivia cautiously. The guards raised their weapons, but she waved them down. "Your armor," she said, circling Olivia as she had before. It didn't just absorb the energy. It redirected it, amplified it. Her eyes narrowed. "No species we've encountered has such technology." "We're full of surprises," Olivia said. Kira pulled herself to her feet, her armor damaged but still functional. "My princess, this demonstration proves nothing. The human got lucky." "Does it look like luck to you?" the princess asked sharply. She turned back to Olivia. "You said your armor is bonded to you. How?" Olivia hesitated. Revealing too much could be dangerous, but she needed to keep the princess interested enough to continue negotiations. "Neural interface," she said finally. "The armor responds to my thoughts, my reflexes. It learns as I learn." The princess's eyes widened, the color shifting to a bright gold. "Show me." "Your Highness," one of the advisors stepped forward. "I must advise against—" "Silence," the princess snapped. "I want to see this human technology." Olivia weighed her options. She couldn't remove her armor here. She'd be too vulnerable. But she could demonstrate the neural link. "Step back," she told the princess. When Zaravex had moved a safe distance away, Olivia issued a mental command. The armor responded instantly. Panels shifted, weapon systems deployed and retracted. Energy flowed in patterns across the surface, all without Olivia moving a muscle. "Fascinating," the princess murmured. "And all your warriors have this capability?" "The Phantom Squad does," Olivia said, deliberately vague about the total number. "We're Earth's special defense force." Special indeed. The princess returned to her throne, motioning for Olivia to approach. "You fought well, Commander. As promised, we will talk. Tell me what Earth offers in exchange for our restraint." Olivia stepped forward carefully, still monitoring her armor's damaged systems. "We propose a mining agreement. You need the crystals. We can help you extract them without destroying our ecosystems." "The Empire does not make agreements with lesser species," Kira protested from the side. "The Empire adapts when necessary," the princess countered, "just as the humans have adapted." She fixed her gaze on Olivia. "Continue." "Shared technology," Olivia said. "We learn from each other. Earth gets protection from external threats. You get access to resources and our—" She paused, searching for the right word. "Innovations. You would trust us with your technology? After we threatened your world?" The princess sounded genuinely curious. "Trust is earned," Olivia replied. "We start small. Build from there." The princess laughed, but it wasn't the mocking sound from before. "You are either very brave or very foolish, Commander Reeves. Sometimes they're the same thing." A smile played at the corners of the princess's mouth. "Perhaps." She leaned back in her throne. "I will consider your proposal. Return to your planet and tell your leaders that the Zoltarian Empire may be open to an arrangement." Relief flooded through Olivia, but she kept her expression neutral. "And the prisoners?" The princess waved a hand dismissively. Release them, as agreed. They have served their purpose. Kira stepped forward, her posture rigid with disapproval. My princess, you cannot seriously consider. I can and I will. The princess cut her off. The human has proven herself worthy of consideration. Her technology is intriguing. Kira bowed stiffly and stepped back, but her eyes burned with anger when she looked at Olivia. You will return tomorrow, the princess told Olivia. Bring your scientists. Why? Olivia's shuttle docked at Earth's orbital station with a gentle thud. Medical teams rushed aboard to help the freed prisoners. General Ellis waited on the platform, her face grim. We watched everything, Ellis said, as Olivia stepped off the shuttle. The whole fight was broadcast across Earth. People are calling you a hero. I'm no hero, Olivia said, removing her damaged helmet. I just bought us time. They walked through the station to a secure briefing room. Dr. Walsh was already there, along with top military and government officials. The room fell silent when Olivia entered. Commander Reeves, the president said, rising to greet her. Well done. Olivia nodded respectfully. Thank you, Madam President. But we have a problem. The princess wants a full demonstration of the Phantom armor tomorrow, including how it connects to its user. Dr. Walsh's face paled. That's complicated. Explain, the president commanded. Dr. Walsh hesitated, looking at Olivia. Commander, your suit's readings during the fight were extraordinary. The energy absorption was far beyond our design parameters. By all rights, the suit should have failed. But it didn't, Olivia said. No, Dr. Walsh agreed. It adapted, just like we hoped it would. She turned to the others. But there's something you all need to know about Project Phantom. A holographic display activated in the center of the table, showing schematics of the armor. The Phantom suits aren't just armor, Dr. Walsh explained. They're symbiotic systems. They bond with their users at a neural level. We know this, General Ellis said impatiently. That's what makes them effective. Dr. Walsh shook her head. What you don't know is how deep the bond goes. She brought up new images. Medical scans showing a human nervous system with strange metallic structures integrated throughout. The nanocomponents don't just interface with the user's nervous system, they become part of it. The room fell silent as the implications sank in. Are you saying, the president asked slowly, that Commander Reeves has alien technology inside her body? Not alien, Dr. Walsh corrected. Human-made, but based on theories derived from alien materials we recovered over the years. And yes, the nanocomponents are integrated with her central nervous system, spine, and brain. Olivia felt all eyes turn to her. It was voluntary, she said firmly. We all knew the risks, but not the full extent of the changes, Dr. Walsh added quietly. The system has evolved beyond our initial design. It's been adapting, growing. The energy from the alien weapons accelerated the process. General Ellis cursed under her breath. So if the princess sees this, she'll know we've gone far beyond conventional technology, Dr. Walsh finished. We've started blending biology and technology in ways even the Zoltarians consider forbidden. The president paced the length of the room. Can we fake the demonstration? Show them something less das extreme? Dr. Walsh shook her head. The princess saw the armor in action. She'll know if we try to substitute something else. Then we send someone else, one of the admirals suggested. Another soldier in a standard suit. She specifically asked for Commander Reeves, General Ellis pointed out. And after seeing what the armor can do, she won't settle for less. Olivia had been quiet, thinking. We could tell her the truth, she suggested. Or part of it. Everyone stared at her. Hear me out, she continued. The princess was impressed by our adaptability, by our willingness to do whatever it takes to survive. What if we use that? Use it how? The president asked. We tell her that the Phantom program was experimental, that I volunteered for neural enhancements to better interface with the armor. We don't reveal the full extent, just enough to explain what she saw. Dr. Walsh frowned. It's risky. If she realizes how far we've gone, She might respect us more, Olivia argued. The princess values strength and adaptation. She might be more willing to negotiate if she sees us as worthy opponents rather than primitive humans. The debate continued for hours. Plans were made, rejected, revised. Through it all, Olivia felt a strange sensation in her mind. The nano-components were still active, still processing the alien energy they had absorbed, still changing. Finally, a decision was reached. Olivia would return to the Zoltarian ship with Dr. Walsh and a small delegation. They would demonstrate the armor's capabilities, but reveal only what was necessary about its connection to the user. As the meeting ended, Dr. Walsh pulled Olivia aside. "We need to run tests," she said quietly. "Your readings during the fight were concerning." In the medical lab, Olivia lay still as scanners passed over her body. Dr. Walsh studied the results, with growing alarm. "The nano-components are spreading," she said, showing Olivia the scans. "The alien energy catalyzed their growth. They're forming new connections throughout your nervous system." "Is it dangerous?" Olivia asked. "I don't know," Dr. Walsh admitted. "This is beyond anything we've seen before. How do you feel?" Olivia considered the question. "Different, stronger, more connected to the armor, like it's becoming part of me or I'm becoming part of it." Dr. Walsh nodded grimly. "That's what I was afraid of. The boundary between you and the system is blurring." "Can you reverse it?" The scientist hesitated. "Possibly, but not before tomorrow's meeting. And attempting to do so might disable the armor completely." "Then we proceed as planned," Olivia decided. "Earth needs this alliance." That night, Olivia couldn't sleep. Her mind raced with possibilities, strategies, fears. The nano-components seemed to respond to her thoughts, tiny flickers of blue light occasionally visible beneath her skin. Morning came too quickly. The delegation prepared to depart. Olivia, Dr. Walsh, General Ellis, and 3 diplomats. The Phantom, armor repaired overnight, waited in the shuttle. "Remember the plan," General Ellis said as they boarded. "Show them only what we agreed on, nothing more." Olivia nodded, but a part of her wondered if she would have a choice. The connection between her and the armor was growing stronger by the hour. The journey to the Zoltarian flagship seemed shorter this time. The massive ship still loomed like a predator, but Olivia felt less intimidated now. She had faced them and survived. As before, they were escorted through the living corridors of the ship. But this time, they were taken to a different location, vast chamber that appeared to be a laboratory. Strange equipment lined the walls. Examination tables with restraints stood in the center. Princess Zaravex waited for them, along with what appeared to be Zoltarian scientists. Lieutenant Kira stood at the princess's side, her eyes never leaving Olivia. "Welcome back, Commander Reeves," the princess greeted. "I see you brought your scientists as requested." Dr. Walsh stepped forward. "I'm Dr. Natalie Walsh, lead developer of the Phantom Armor System." The princess studied her with interest. "You created this technology? Impressive for a species so young." "We adapt quickly," Dr. Walsh replied, echoing Olivia's words from before. "So I've observed." The princess gestured to the equipment around them. "My scientists are eager to see your armor in action." "A full demonstration, as agreed." Olivia stepped forward. "Before we begin, I should explain something about the armor." The princess raised an eyebrow. "Oh? It's not just equipment," Olivia said carefully. "It's a symbiotic system. It bonds with its user." "Yes, you mentioned a neural interface," the princess said dismissively. "Many species have such technology." "Our interface goes deeper," Dr. Walsh intervened. "It forms a direct connection with the user's nervous system." Now the princess looked truly interested. "Show me." Olivia glanced at Dr. Walsh, who nodded slightly. This was the moment of truth. "I'll need to remove the outer armor," Olivia said. "Proceed," the princess commanded. With deliberate movements, Olivia began the process of removing her phantom suit. The helmet came off first, then the gauntlets. As each piece was removed, The watching Zoltarians leaned forward, their interest evident. The chest piece came next, revealing the undersuit beneath. But unlike a normal bodysuit, this one seemed to merge with Olivia's skin in places. Thin lines, of metallic blue, the same color as the armor's power lines, were visible beneath her skin, tracing the paths of her major nerves. Fascinating, one of the Zoltarian scientists murmured. The technology has been internalized. Lieutenant Kira stepped closer, her expression a mix of disgust and fascination. You've put machines inside your body? Willingly? To protect Earth, Olivia said simply. Yes. The princess circled Olivia, studying the visible neural pathways. This is how you controlled the armor so precisely, how you absorbed and redirected energy. She looked at Dr. Walsh. How many of your soldiers have been modified this way? Dr. Walsh hesitated, but Olivia answered first. All of the Phantom Squad, 20 of us. Only 20? The princess seemed surprised. Why not more? The process is difficult, Dr. Walsh explained. Not everyone survives the integration. This was true, though not the full truth. The real limitation was the rarity of the materials needed. Materials they now knew came from the same crystals the Zoltarians wanted. The princess's eyes narrowed. Remove the rest of the armor, Commander. I want to see the full extent of these modifications. Olivia continued removing the outer plates. As more of the undersuit was revealed, the extent of the neural integration became clear. The metallic blue lines covered her body in an intricate network, concentrating along her spine, and at the base of her skull. The negotiations took place in a vast chamber aboard the Void Talon. The curved walls displayed a real-time view of Earth rotating slowly below them. On one side of the table sat the human delegation, General Ellis, Dr. Walsh, the diplomats, and Olivia, now back in her full armor. On the other side sat Princess Zaravex, Lieutenant Kira, and the Zoltarian advisors. Let us speak plainly, the princess began. Your demonstration has changed our assessment of humanity. You are not the primitive species we first believed. We never were, General Ellis said firmly. We simply hadn't been tested yet. The princess inclined her head slightly. Fair. Now, to business. We require the crystals found in your planet's crust. Previously, we would have simply taken them. Now we propose an exchange. One of the human diplomats leaned forward. What kind of exchange? Technology, the princess said. Knowledge, protection from other threats in the galaxy. Believe me, when I say there are far worse things than the Zoltarian Empire beyond your solar system. Dr. Walsh glanced at Olivia. And what do you want from us, specifically? Beyond access to the crystals? The princess's gaze fixed on Olivia. The Phantom, technology, your neural integration methods, they are unprecedented. That's classified military technology, General Ellis said immediately. Not for trade. Yet it was created using knowledge derived from our crystals, the princess countered. Knowledge you gained without our permission. The tension in the room grew. Olivia could feel the energy in her neural pathways responding to her rising stress levels. The blue lines beneath her skin glowed faintly, visible even through her armor. Perhaps, Olivia suggested, we could find middle ground, shared research rather than complete technology transfer. The princess considered this. Elaborate. Joint. Scientific teams, Olivia explained. Humans and Zoltarians working together to explore new applications of the crystal technology. Both sides benefit from new discoveries, but neither gives up their existing military secrets. The princess's eyes shifted to a thoughtful blue. Interesting, but there remains the question of you, Commander Reeves. Me? Olivia asked, though she suspected what was coming. You have become something unique, a bridge between our technologies. Your condition presents both opportunity and concern. Lieutenant, Kira spoke up. The commander should remain with us for study. Her connection to our systems presents a security risk. Absolutely not, Dr. Walsh said firmly. Commander Reeves isn't a laboratory specimen. The princess raised a hand for silence. Not a specimen, no, but perhaps an emissary. Someone who understands both sides in a way no one else can. General Ellis frowned. What exactly are you proposing? Commander Reeves would serve as liaison between our species, the princess explained. Dividing her time between Earth and our fleet, she would help establish the joint research program and ensure that both sides honor their commitments. Olivia felt all eyes turn to her. Don't I get a say in this? The princess actually smiled. Of course. Unlike some in my empire. She glanced at Lieutenant Kira. I believe choice strengthens rather than weakens. Olivia took a moment to think. The Phantom program had already changed her life forever. The neural modifications meant she would never return to normal civilian life. And, after her connection to the Zoltarian ship, she knew there was more to discover about her new capabilities. I'll do it, she said finally, on one condition. Name it, the princess said. No more threats against Earth. A formal alliance, recognized by the Zoltarian Empire. Equal partners. The Zoltarian advisors murmured in protest. Lieutenant Kira's face darkened with anger. Equal, she spat. Your civilization is barely 1,000 years old. Ours has existed for millions. Yet look how far we've come, Olivia replied calmly. Imagine what we could accomplish together instead of as conqueror and conquered. The princess studied Olivia for a long moment. Then, to everyone's surprise, she laughed. You continue to fascinate me, Commander. Very well. An alliance between equals. She extended her hand across the table in a gesture that was unmistakably human. Olivia reached out and took it, feeling a strange resonance as their hands touched. The neural pathways in her arm glowed brighter, responding to the princess's own subtle energy. The details will take time to work out, the princess continued, releasing Olivia's hand. But the foundation is laid today. The negotiations continued for hours, covering mining rights, technology exchanges, defense pacts, and dozens of other details. Throughout it all, Olivia felt a growing certainty that something momentous had happened, not just for her, but for the future of humanity. As the meeting concluded, Princess Zaravex approached Olivia privately. Walk with me, Commander, she said. It wasn't a request. They moved through the living corridors of the ship away from both delegations. Olivia noticed that her presence now seemed to affect the ship itself. The walls pulsed slightly as she passed, the blue veins glowing a little brighter. You feel it, don't you? The princess asked. The connection. Olivia nodded. It's getting stronger. The crystal-based components in your body are continuing to adapt. The princess stopped, turning to face Olivia directly. There's something you should know. Something I haven't shared with your delegation. Olivia tensed. What is it? The crystals we seek, we call them heartstones. They aren't just technology to us. They're part of our evolutionary path. The princess hesitated, then did something unexpected. She placed her hand against the wall and the living metal parted, revealing a hidden chamber. Inside was a massive crystal formation, pulsing with the same blue energy that now ran through Olivia's modified nervous system. The princess approached, it reverently. This is the heart of the Void Talon, she explained. Not just its power source, but its consciousness. The ship is alive? Olivia asked, though somehow she wasn't surprised. In a way, over generations we Zoltarians have developed a symbiotic relationship with the Heartstones. Our ships, our technology, even our bodies contain crystal elements. As if to demonstrate, the princess pressed her hand to her chest. Her skin became momentarily transparent, revealing a small crystal embedded near her heart, pulsing with energy. Every Zoltarian of royal blood carries a fragment of the Heartstone, she said. It connects us to our ships, our technology, our history. Olivia understood now. And I've accidentally created a similar connection. Yes. The princess's eyes shifted to a deep purple. Which means you now carry something sacred to my people. Something that has never before existed outside our species. I didn't know, Olivia said. We were just trying to survive. I believe you. The princess stepped closer. But you must understand why some, like Lieutenant Kira, see you as a threat. You've accomplished in months what took my ancestors millennia of careful development. What does this mean for the Alliance? Olivia asked. It makes it both more necessary and more dangerous, the princess admitted. Your scientists, given access to our crystal technology, could advance rapidly. Too rapidly, perhaps. Or we could learn from each other, Olivia suggested. Your experience, our innovation. The princess smiled faintly. That is my hope. But not all in the Empire will agree. She gestured to the crystal heart. This is why I insisted on you as liaison. You understand now what's at stake. Olivia looked at the massive crystal, feeling its resonance with the components in her own body. I do. They returned to the main delegation in silence, each lost in thought. As they rejoined the others, Olivia noticed Lieutenant Kira watching her with renewed suspicion. The Earth delegation prepared to depart. Final handshakes were exchanged. Agreements confirmed. Dr. Walsh pulled Olivia aside. Are you sure about this? She asked quietly. Being their liaison? I'm sure, Olivia replied. I think I'm the only one who can do it now. Dr. Walsh nodded, understanding in her eyes. The neural modifications have progressed further. You're feeling it, aren't you? Yes. I can sense their technology, almost. Communicate with it. It's hard to describe. We'll continue monitoring you, Dr. Walsh promised, and researching ways to control the integration. You won't face this alone. Olivia appreciated the sentiment, but she already knew that in some ways she would indeed be alone. No other human had experienced what she was experiencing. She was walking a path between two worlds now. As the Earth delegation boarded their shuttle, Princess Zaravex approached Olivia one last time. 2 weeks, she said. Return to us then, and we will begin your training as liaison. Training? Olivia questioned. There is much you need to learn about the Heartstones, about their power and their limitations. The princess's eyes shifted to gold. About what you are becoming. Those words stayed with Olivia as the shuttle departed, carrying her back to Earth. Looking out the viewport at the massive Zoltarian ships, she no longer felt fear. Instead, she felt a strange connection, a pull toward something new and unknown. Earth appeared below them, beautiful and blue. Home. But Olivia wondered if it would feel the same now. The neural modifications had changed her in ways she was only beginning to understand. Her connection to the Zoltarian technology had opened doors she hadn't known existed. Commander? General Ellis interrupted her thoughts. The President wants to speak with you as soon as we land, about your new role. Olivia nodded. Of course.